Would you risk everything, even your humanity, for love with a mermaid? The movie begins with a boy named Alan, just 8 years old, on a boat tour with his family. The sea stretches endlessly around them, a vast blue world filled with secrets. While the others enjoy the ride, Alan stares curiously at the waves. Something calls to him beneath the surface, something mysterious. Drawn by a force he doesn't understand, he dives into the water. As he sinks deeper, he finds himself face to face with a young girl about his age. But she is not like other children. She glides gracefully through the water, her hand reaching for his. The most shocking thing? Alan realizes he can breathe underwater, as though he belongs there. The two children hold hands, lost in a magical, wordless connection. But suddenly a man dives in, pulling Alan back to the surface, rescuing him. As Alan gasps on the deck of the boat, he looks back one last time and sees the girl's head emerge from the water. She gazes at him, sad and worried, before disappearing into the sea. That fleeting encounter changes Alan forever. 20 years pass. Alan is now a grown man living in New York City with his brother Freddie. He still remembers that strange childhood moment, though over time he has convinced himself it was only a hallucination. After all, how could he have breathed underwater? How could a mysterious girl like that exist? Still, the memory lingers like an unfinished story in his heart. But Alan's adult life is far from magical. He works in a fruit business with his brother, but his days are monotonous. His girlfriend has just left him, and he feels lonely, lost, and disconnected. One night, after drinking heavily, Alan confides in Freddie that he wants something different, something more. Tired of the city, he decides to escape to Cape Cod, an island 3 miles away, seeking peace and clarity. When he arrives, his journey takes an unexpected turn. By mistake, he ends up on the wrong side of the island. Looking for a way across, he meets a group of divers led by a suspicious scientist, Dr. Kornbluth. The scientist believes Alan is spying on his expedition and refuses to help him. So Alan hires a small boat instead. But disaster strikes, the boat breaks down, leaving him stranded at sea. As he tries to fix it, he slips, falls overboard, and begins to drown. Darkness surrounds him until he wakes on the shore. A girl stands before him, watching silently. She is beautiful, mysterious, and strange. Alan asks who she is, but she doesn't speak. She only comes closer, studying him with curious eyes before vanishing back into the sea. Alan pleads for her to stay, but she's gone. What he doesn't realize is that she isn't just any girl. She is the same being he met as a child, a mermaid. This mermaid retrieves Alan's wallet, lost in the water, and uses it to find his home address. Compelled by something deeper than chance, she follows him to New York City. Emerging naked from the ocean, she causes an uproar in the city streets. Crowds gather, police arrive, and she's quickly taken into custody. But when Alan is summoned to the station because they found his wallet with her, the truth strikes him. She's the girl from the island. She smiles at him with recognition, and Alan, overjoyed, takes her into his care. For the first time in years, Alan feels alive. This strange girl, silent at first, fills his dull world with light. At home, she explores everything with childlike wonder, enchanted by television, fashion, and even exercise videos. To Alan's amazement, she begins speaking fluent English within hours, having learned it just by watching TV. When Alan asks her name, she tries to speak in her own tongue, unleashing a high-pitched sound so powerful it shatters every television screen in the store. Embarrassed, she tells him to call her Madison. Alan and Madison fall quickly, hopelessly in love, but Madison has a secret. When she touches water, her legs transform into a shimmering mermaid's tail. In the bathtub at night, she hides her true form, drying herself before Alan can see. She tells him she is only in New York for 6 days. After that, she must return to the sea forever. Alan is heartbroken but tries to enjoy the time they have, unaware of the storm coming for them both. Meanwhile, Dr. Kornbluth, the obsessive scientist from Cape Cod, sees Madison's photo in the newspaper. He knows instantly what she is. Determined to expose her existence, he comes to New York, plotting to reveal her by splashing her with water in public. His first attempts fail comically, even earning him beatings when he accidentally drenches innocent bystanders. But Kornbluth is relentless, driven by the need to prove mermaids are real. Alan, caught up in his whirlwind romance, proposes marriage to Madison while they're ice skating, but Madison refuses. With sadness in her voice, she reminds him she only has a few days left. She cannot reveal the truth about herself, certain that he would never accept her. Alan grows frustrated, demanding answers. In anger, Madison runs away, but the next day she returns, confessing that she loves him deeply. She finally agrees to marry him, but happiness is short-lived. At a party, Kornbluth seizes his chance. Hiding a hose under his coat, he drenches Madison with water. Before the horrified crowd, her legs vanish, replaced by a mermaid's tail. Gasps fill the room. Alan stands frozen, his mind reeling. The woman he loves is not human. Government agents immediately seize Madison, locking her in a research facility. Alan, too, is detained, scientists even suspecting he might be some kind of sea creature himself. Though they release him when he proves otherwise, Alan is devastated. Madison lies imprisoned, her skin pale, her spirit fading, subjected to endless experiments. She had feared this all along, that humans would never accept her true form. If the person you loved turned out to be something not human at all, would you stay by their side, or would fear drive you away? Tell me in the comments. Despite his initial shock, Alan realizes the truth. He loves Madison no matter what she is. With help from his brother Freddie and even the guilt-ridden Dr. Kornbluth, Alan stages a daring rescue. They break into the research center, evade guards, and free Madison. But their escape is far from safe. Military forces pursue them, desperate to recapture the Mermaid. At the harbor, with sirens blaring and soldiers closing in, Madison tells Alan the only way they can be together is if he joins her in the sea. Alan hesitates. He's human, bound to land, but Madison reminds him of something extraordinary. When he was a boy, he breathed underwater. That memory he thought was a dream. It was real. She was the girl who held his hand beneath the waves. With soldiers charging, Madison leaps into the water. Alan follows. At first, he struggles, sinking, but when Madison clasps his hand, just as she did when they were children, he finds he can breathe again. The sea embraces him. Together they escape, swimming past the reaching hands of the military, diving deeper and deeper into Madison's world. Alan looks back one last time at the world he is leaving behind. New York, his brother, his entire human life. Then he turns to Madison. Their eyes meet, and in that moment, he knows his choice is final. Love has changed him forever. The movie ends with Alan and Madison swimming side by side into the endless blue, vanishing into the ocean depths, where they will live together in her world forever. Would you risk everything, even your humanity, for love with a mermaid? Let me know your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more epic stories, and hit the bell so you never miss the next tale of love, mystery, and transformation.